This video is for theme communication, unit been there, seen that, and this is video 2. In video 1 we used the publish program inside Tizzy's First Tools to create this wonderful scene of a boy and a girl playing on the beach. In this video tutorial I'm going to show you how to improve this scene by adding a description down here at the bottom. To do that, the first thing we need to do is to delete this text that already appears here saying describe your picture. To do that, we move our arrow into this box. It then changes into a hash. We then have to click at the end of these words. And what that will do is it will put a red line on our screen, which means we are ready to start deleting the text that appears. To delete the text, we need to use the backspace key. This is the backspace key. It's usually quite a big key on your keyboard that sits at the top with the arrow pointing backwards on it. Once you've found that key and you've already got your red hash ready to delete the words, press the backspace key and get rid of all the letters that appear inside the box. When the box is empty, you've then got to think to yourself what words you can use to describe this picture. Now if you're struggling with words to use to describe the picture, don't worry, because if we use this button here at the top called Words, there are a bank of words that we can use to help us describe our pictures and our scenes. Now then, because my scene is to do with the seaside, the words that I will probably need are under the seaside heading here. If you've chosen a different scene to do, for example space, then look carefully at what word would best describe your scene. If you go into those words, you then have a bank of words you can use inside your description. So again, I'm going to go to the seaside words. I have many words here that I could use. What I'm going to do now, I've looked through these words, is I'm going to come up with 2 names for my characters, and I'm going to use their names in my description. So, I'm going to put my arrow down into the box, so it changes to a hash, click inside the box, and I'm ready to start typing. So I'm going to write Fred watched Aisha. Now as you'll notice, it's always important to start a sentence with a capital letter. And because the first word in my sentence is a name, that should always start with a capital letter anyway. So any names that you use should start with capital letters. So I've got Fred and Aisha. So to create a capital letter, I have to use my keyboard, keep hold of the shift button, which is this button here, with one hand, and then find the letter that you want to type. So the first letter that I used was an F, which is here. So I keep hold of the shift button with one hand, and then with my other hand I would press the letter F, and that would create for me a capital F here. And to create a capital A for Aisha, I would use the shift button, keep hold of that with one hand, find the letter A and press that with the other, and that would give me a capital A. So I'll carry on typing. Fred watched Aisha as she... Now I'm going to use one of these words here in my word bank. I'm going to use the word caught. So I'm going to move my arrow over to that word and click on it. Fred watched Aisha as she caught a crab. I'm going to use the word in my word bank again. From the, I'm going to use this word in my word bank again, rock pool. To finish my sentence, I need to put a full stop. To do a full stop on your keyboard, you simply need to press this button here, and that will create for you a full stop. The next thing I want to do is to make sure that all of this text fits nicely inside this box. So to do that, I'm just going to close this words menu. I can move my arrow to the start of the sentence, click, so my red line appears at the start of the sentence. I then click on the effects button at the top, and I can change the size of the text. So I can click on size 20, size 24, and I can keep going bigger, but I think if I go any bigger then the text will probably disappear. Let's have a look. Size 36. Yes, the text has disappeared. Now to get the text back to size 24, because you'll see it won't work if I just click on that, I need to put my arrow back before the letter F, click again, because my red line had disappeared, and then press on size 24, like that. I might also want to change the colour of my writing. I might also want to change the style of my writing. I might actually want to change just the colour of one word. So to do that, if I want to change, for example, the word pool, I can click before the word pool, and then I can just change the colour of that one word, like that. So I'm happy with that scene now. I've got some nice pictures, I've got some nice text to describe the scene, and then what I can do is put my cursor back at the start of the sentence and click, and then go up to the top here, and on this button with the mouth on it that's called the speak button, if I click that, it will read
Fred
out
watched Aisha as she caught a crab from the rock pool.
the text that I have written in my description. If you're happy with your scene, you can then click on the green tray at the top here to save it, or you can click on the new button here at the top to create a new scene as well. Well done.